What up, Leaders? Welcome back to my channel. This is UG Road. That's UG Road, as you can see. That's what the sign over here says, UG Road. And this next village is Cummings Lodge. That's Cummings Lodge. That's what this sign says. And that's where we just come from. We've come from Turkine. So this UG Road marks the boundary between Turkine and Cummings Lodge. Right on the other side of this road, that's Turkine. That's the train line road looking west, and this is the train line road looking east. Just want to show you what's happening in this neck of the woods over here. This is the Hare Krishna Study Center. I think it once used to be called the Indian Learning Institute, but now called the Hare Krishna Study Center, here at the corner of UG Road and the train line road. And this is Cummings Lodge. Cummings Lodge is the community that is immediately east of Turkine. And so a lot of the community here work with the University of Ghana, which is the largest employer in this neighborhood, in this neck of the woods. I guess CARICOM and the Gippsland Mall are the next two larger employers in Turkine and Pattinson. But this is the neighborhood adjoining Turkine. It's a residential community, and it's also changing. On the other side, there are some, on the other side of these fences, there are some residential communities that have been built recently, within the last 20 years, and they are actually upscale housing for diplomats, some of whom work at CARICOM and UG and so on. So this is Cummings Lodge along the train line road. Don't know if some of you remember this neck of the woods, if you've lived here before, Cummings Lodge. But it's now a thriving residential community with commercial stores along the UG and train line roads. Now just beyond this next intersection is a school in this neighborhood. Let me see if I can remember the name of that school. Don't remember it, but we're going to get to it shortly. This is a couple of stores on train line road. Here is a auto sales group, WM Auto Sales. They're located here on UG Road, and I suppose on train line road, and this, I suppose, is some containers with cars. This building is pretty new. I think the last time it was in this neck of the woods, it was still being completed. It's now being completed, but I don't know if it's occupied. It looks like it's going to be a residential building. A couple of residential buildings here in Cummings Lodge. Right, might be a multi-unit commercial and residential building. The next district is industry. Next district is industry. We've been this neck of the woods before. We can see this is the school I was talking about. Down this road, right, the road separating industry and Cummings Lodge. Those are the commercial buildings that I told we were going up here. This is a residential neighborhood that was built in the last 20 years. We've seen that building. It's a multi-unit condominium that's being built close to the Rupert Craig Highway. This is a supermarket here in Industry. Cummings Lodge. Looking back at Cummings Lodge. There you go. Cummings Lodge. One of the residential neighborhoods besides UG. And this neighborhood is now part of Greater Georgetown. That school is Graham's Hall Primary School. Alright, that's Graham's Hall Primary School here in Industry. Industry. On the other side, that's the new supermarket in this neck of the woods. Graham's Hall Primary School. Now, I don't know the school. I didn't grow up in this neck of the woods, so I'm not familiar with it, but those of you who have lived in this neck of the woods and know this area probably know Graham's Hall Primary School, or maybe you attended Graham's Hall Primary School, or you know some of the graduates of Graham's Hall Primary School. Tell us something about the school. It's one of the local schools in this neck of the woods, that is Industry Cummings Lodge. And this is what's happening here. There's some new buildings going up. As you can see, this is a new residential building, probably residential and commercial building going up here on the train line road. It is quite busy for a Sunday. So it is Sunday morning, Sunday the 4th of June here in Georgetown in Guyana. We're at Industry. Just left the village of Cummings Lodge. And here we're seeing some of the new developments along the east coast as we head towards Ogle to see what's happening with that new AC Marriott hotel and the new maternity hospital that they're building in this neck of the woods, in that neck of the woods. So here we are on Train Line Road in Industry. Well, Cummings Lodge heading to Industry, so that you can see some of the changes that are happening in this neck of the woods. Cummings Lodge, actually, we're still in Cummings Lodge. The next village is Industry, and this is what's happening here on the main road, or the Train Line Road in Cummings Lodge on a Sunday morning. This new building, I think, was just a frame the last time we were passing in this neck of the woods. You can see it's almost completed. It's been electrified, and I guess they're putting in the internals. Alright, Cummings Lodge. The next village is Industry. So I thought we were already in Industry, but apparently Cummings Lodge is much larger than I assumed. There are two cross streets, not just one. Alright, so this next village, that's Industry. And this is what's happening in Industry. Alright, Cummings Lodge. That's the village we just passed through, where all those new buildings are going up. Looking back at the main train line road into Cummings Lodge, and that's the Industry. That's the Cummings Lodge side of this road. That's Cummings Lodge. Alright, that's Cummings Lodge, and on the other side that's Industry. There's some new homes going up here, two in Industry, lots of construction. Gonna take a look on the inside of the village in a future video, but for now, just on the outside, this is what is happening in Industry on the Train Line Road. There's a fair amount of commercial, residential development. So this is residential home. It's a new residential home being built right up against the train line road. Well, it's an ideal location for commercial and residential properties, so a lot of commercial businesses also being built along this road. Here is the empty plot of land in industry. I'm pretty sure now that the road is here, that's going to be prime real estate for anyone wanting to build some commercial or residential property here in industry. That's industry looking back along train line road west. That's industry looking east. A lot of these German flags up on the lamp posts are in fact party. Right, they're party flags for the current government. Right, the black, red and yellow, that's the party flag. That's their local elections, local government elections in the works, so streets are covered with party flags. This is industry, guys. This is what's happening here in industry, in this neck of the woods. This is a house that has been joined to the one next door. They probably acquired both properties and decided to join them. Here's commercial property in industry, commercial business and residences in industry. And so this is what's happening here on the train line road in the industry on the east coast of Demerara. Things are changing quite rapidly. The most significant changes have to do with commercial development, commercial businesses being built here that show the impact of the oil and gas industry, because a lot of money is now, a lot of capital is now flowing into the economy because of the oil and gas industry, and a lot of these commercial businesses that are growing up here are doing so to take advantage of the increasing demand for things like building materials and household materials, groceries. So this is Hongqing supermarket. That's also new in this neck of the woods. I think I showed that in the previous video. But a fair number of Chinese merchants have come into the Georgetown municipalities and neighborhoods and have developed brisk business in the household goods and supermarket industry. But that's what's happening here, guys. This is Ogle on the east coast. This is industry on the east coast of Demerara. The next village is Ogle. A lot of these junkyards are also coming up because, of course, there's a high demand for car parts because the driving in Guyana is erratic. A lot of accidents happen, and you have to have a place to put all of this junk vehicles. That's it, guys. That's industry in morning. Industry on the east coast. This is what's happened here in industry. The next village is Ogle, and that's where we're going. We're going to see what's happening with the new developments at Ogle. You can hear the airport, Ogle Airport planes taking off. We're close enough for you to hear that. cloudy day here in Ogle. There it is. Alright, that's just took off from the airport here at Ogle. If you want to see more content like this, just like and subscribe. That's the Ogle Industry Divide Canal. Looking back at the industry. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening in industry and Cummings Lodge in Georgetown, Guyana. Later!